Hey, friends, welcome. All right, so if you are just listening to this, you might want to do yourself a solid. If you are feeling down about yourself, go look at this on YouTube where it's filmed and you can see me and you can see just how horrifically my hairdresser fucked up my bangs. And I'm mad because I feel like at least when you cut your own bangs and you screw them up, you're like, okay, that's what you get, right? But when your hairdresser does it and you pay for it, I'm so like I'm not even mad because hair grows back, but it is awful. So we had this miscommunication. So my hair is pin straight. I have a lot of it, but it's very fine. It's very difficult. It doesn't curl well. And after menopause, the only change I saw in menopause was my bangs got a little curl to them. And this was very exciting to me. It was like I had a full blown 1980s perm. So, and what I have liked is when they get cut fairly short so that the curl kind of crimps up and it's almost that like like Jennifer Goodwin, she has it that like almost no bangs look, right? So I said, yeah, I want that look. And I showed her a picture and then she cut it like above the curl. So now it's just yeah, I'm not happy. So anyway, I think I might have to start wearing like bright lipstick and really big earrings to distract. I feel like a 12-year-old boy. All right, moving on from just my bang dilemma. Today I want to talk about the pace of childhood. So there has been a thing that has been niggling at me for, I want to say, about the last 6 to 10 years, mostly more recently though. And I couldn't quite put my finger on it. And you guys know me, I'm a dog with a bone. When I can't put my finger on something, it itches at me. And I'm going to sound really harsh and a little judgmental, but I have no other words for the feeling. So the feeling was that people were having kids as accessories. And it started to make me think that people were literally having kids based off of social media posts. Like they can't wait to do the gender reveal and the pregnancy post and post about their kids, but I feel like they never got the memo that parenting is hard. Now, I think you guys, follow me. I generally think anyone drawn to my work is pretty conscious. So I don't necessarily think this is for you, but I have to express my opinion about it and a broader topic about it. So over and over again, I have clients, people on Instagram, emails, messages from parents who, again, it's like they didn't get the memo. There are certain aspects of parenting that are just hard. The lack of sleep in the early years, the fact that when your kid is puking, you're up all night. Like that's how it is, right? If your kid's congested and they can't breathe, you spend the night just monitoring them. It is hard to get up in the morning when they wake up and be cheery and happy. It is hard to serve dinner every night. Like the amount of people who are complaining about dinner, it's cracking me up because did you not know you have to nourish children daily? You need to water and feed them, right? Give them some sunshine. So, but I keep hearing this, and it points to a selfish generation of parenting. Again, I'm not saying this is everybody. Is I need. I need quiet. I need this. I'm this, and my child has to bend to me. I don't like this. I'm this. It's like when I hear like I'm an introvert and my kid's an extrovert. You gotta put on an extrovert face. I don't know what else to tell you. You have to get out there for your kid, right? Even if your kid's not an extrovert, you still need to get out in the world and meet people and have friends. And so but the focus is on what the parent needs and not what the child needs. And so again, my original thought was judgy. Like, where is this coming from? And maybe we don't have villages. And I think one of the big things is we do not like the way we were parented. So we throw out all wisdom of generations. And I think we're headed towards a disaster because not just with the amount of people going no contact with their family, but also the fact that we've just denigrated older people's wisdom. And I'll tell you, one of the best compliments I get personally, and it makes my heart sing, is when people tell me, my mom died. You're like a mom I never had. You're like my big sister. You are like my grandmother. Like, I'm getting older now. And so I love being the elder. I love telling you guys what worked for me and when to chill out and not to worry about this. And yeah, you're making a big deal about that, but you should be making a bigger deal about this. Like that to me is awesome. And as always, like, take what you need, throw the rest away. But I think collectively as a society, oh wow, this is going down another rabbit hole that I didn't anticipate, but I'll go with it. It's a bit of a tangent, but you guys are used to my tangents by now. It's part of this like anti-aging thing, right? Which is we don't value what older people experience. So we have this like uniquely individualistic thing, which can be somewhat good, of like, I want to do this myself. I want to do this myself. Don't tell me what to do. But in the same breath, we're throwing away a lot of stuff that's already been figured out. Like, you are not meant to invent the wheel here, reinvent the wheel with parenting, right? And yeah, we definitely want to parent differently in certain aspects, but in other aspects, we can take some information. And this points to also a society that just can't hold two thoughts at once, right? Which is, my mother was not the best mother, and I loved her fiercely, and I never doubted her love. But I could hold two thoughts at once. I could hold that, yes, she wasn't a good mother at times, but also she had some wisdom. And then as I got older, and of course, when she died, I realized, fuck, my mother was 33. She had teenage kids at 33 after leaving an abusive marriage. The hell, what was I doing at 33? Not that. so I was able to, really make some peace with the whole notion of, doing the best with what she had at the time. But I digress, because again, I could not figure out what is up with these parents. How did you not understand that parenting would be quite so hard? And again, I kept pointing to social media, like the glossing over, the making, it's highlight reels. And even, I feel like even people who are showing the hard parts of motherhood, it's a dramatization. There's entire accounts built on how hard mothering is. And if you go and follow those accounts, the brain will want what you give it, what you feed it. So I do think something's happening too, where we've come to this place of like, either, like it's so hard, I can't do any of this, it's so overwhelming, but also the like, oh my God, I need my sleep, I need this, I need that. This is the sacrifice of mothering. And I don't think any of us should be dying on the altar of motherhood and be martyrs about motherhood. But there is some sacrifice. So anyway, I came upon this post that was unbelievable. When something clicks in your head and it's almost like you're watching a spy movie, and they're unlocking the safe and everything starts to click into place, and it's like click, 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 and you're like, oh, the safe opens. And this post was it. And it was it showed a little kid on a hike going, slow, going at a toddler pace, and it said, let them lead the pace. That it's the pace of childhood. And I was like, yes, that's it. Childhood is slow. Childhood is slow. And so this is what I'm seeing in my work, and maybe this rings true for you. Parents are expecting to go at their same pace that they went before they had kids. And this includes rushing and not slowing down. And if you think about this in a microcosm first, I think this might be easier to parlay into a bigger instance. Think of a hike. Think of when you go on a hike and you want to get your steps in. You want your kid to run themselves dry, and your kid is lollygagging, and they're stopping to look at the ants, and they're stopping to collect sticks. And God forbid you come to a body of water, be it a puddle, a creek, anything. They're going to stop and want to put their hands and their feet in that water. And you can get frustrated, right? Because you're like, oh my God, let's get around the marked trail. Let's finish the loop. Let's get my whatever your goal of your steps is, your 5,000, 8,000 steps, and let's go. We're here to walk. And your kid's like, la, 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 la. Right? It can be very frustrating. But that is the microcosm that we can extrapolate into the macro, which is this is childhood. Childhood, I feel like one of the reasons people are getting so frustrated is because we haven't slowed to the pace of the child. There is a shortage right now, or not shortage, I've just heard you cannot find shoes that have ties. It's all Velcro. And parents say, yeah, I don't have time to teach my kid to tie their shoes. I don't have time in the morning to work through the frustration of tying the shoes and how long that takes. I don't have time. I hear this all the time about having your kid in the kitchen. I don't have time. I don't have time for how long that takes. People who don't use open cups. I have 5-year-olds with sippy cups who haven't ever used an open cup because I don't have time. I don't have time for the mess. Did you know you can use an open cup as early as 6 months old? 6 months old, your child can start drinking out of an open cup. And parents are, nope, nope, I'll see this. Literally, people say, I don't have time. People who can't night potty train because they don't have time. I need my sleep. Nope, I don't care if my kid's in diapers till they're 9. I have 9-year-olds in diapers. Yeah, nighttime diapers. Because their parents are not, they don't have the time. So that's crazy, right? And so when we look now and we let the child set the pace, obviously we're going to have to leave the house in a rush at times. Obviously, we can't let the kids lead the pace all the time. But I want you to think of it in a broad way. How can I slow to the pace of my child? Because 90%, and I'm throwing that out, that's not a real statistic, but a good percentage of the behavioral problems we're seeing in kids is because we haven't matched the pace of childhood. We're trying to get our kids up to speed with our pace and the pace of the world, which, by the way, is already too fucking fast. Like, we're going at breakneck speed. So to try to get our kids there, they're responding to this. And whenever we look at behavior, remember, we have to look at the environment. It's the environment. And this is why I keep going back to the vibe in the house. What's the vibe in the house? Because you can have a slow vibe without going at a snail's pace, right? This is like a dance of slowing down to the child's pace. And, part of that is, when kids won't listen, I always say, well, can you go in front of them? Can you be in the same room? I just did a reel on Instagram that was very popular, just highlighting like both when you're yelling for your kid, hey, put on your shoes, it's time to go, I gotta go to work, I'm gonna be late, we gotta warm up the car, this kind of thing. And then you get mad because the kid didn't listen. And I always say, well, let's back it up, right? You have to be in the same room, you have to make eye contact, you have to help them wrap up an activity, especially the younger they are. And then we have to give very clear commands, 2 words. That's it. That's how much your average toddler can handle for a directive. And so I will be working with clients and they will tell me, I don't have time to do that. And I was like, yeah, but you have time to ask them 50 times. You have time to deal. Now you have to make room for a tantrum because you rushed the kid or you thought they weren't listening. And so you were angry and you asked them many, 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 many times. And then you lost your shit. Then they lost their shit. You just created a 30-minute delay with all of that. You don't have time to do 3 minutes to just slow it down a little and help them wrap it up. So that's what I mean by matching the pace of childhood. When you do that in the morning with your kid, you get cooperative action. And it also is like 2 minutes. So I think we think kids should rise to us and we have to what's the right word? Lower ourselves to their pace. The right word. And I think one of the things that has come to my attention is that I often say, slow down, like slow down, slow down, slow down. That's my mantra, right? Slow down, slow down, slow down. And what I really mean is, number one, simplify. Simplify things. How can you simplify even your words? What's going to be most effective when you speak? That's a way to slow down and simplify. And it slows down the pace of words coming at your child, right? We over talk so much with our kids and they can't process. It's like, that's what it sounds like to me. So I also mean slow down to the pace or at least notice the pace of childhood, because I am so fearful. Kids are going to school. The reports coming out of elementary education are horrific. first graders who have no life skills, none, don't know how to manipulate their own clothing, can't tie their shoes, haven't learned to ride a two-wheeler, just don't have any life skills, have never helped in the kitchen, don't know how to use scissors, because we don't have time. And so how can you make that time? And I think the first step really is observing your child in like natural, maybe on a Saturday or Sunday when you're not rushing to get out of the house. Observe how long they take. And it usually will show up, I think, as frustration in you. Like, oh my God, can you fucking move? Right? But check yourself on that and be like, no, they're going at their natural pace. They're not doing this to annoy you. They might be actively slowing down just to try to counteract it in an unconscious way. But we really need to pay attention to this, because our kids are missing out. And what we're missing out on is what I've been harping on, the vibe, the making the mundane magical. We're missing out on that in a rush to get where? Like, I get it in the morning to get to work, but so much of this is our own doing. So much of this is us just packing a schedule and not giving our kids the slow that they need. So give it a try. Give it a try this weekend. Go on a family walk and let your kids lead and be like, oh yeah, if I'm going to match this pace, I got to slow way the fuck down. And that might be painful for you, but find the balance. There's always going to be some balance here. But I do also find that then when you have to rush, you end up with more cooperation because you've allowed for mostly it to be slow. So maybe shoot for like all things, right? Like 80-20, that's the, that's the good part. That's the balance we seem to find in just about everything. So yeah. All right. I'm going to let you guys go. I might go shave my head. All right. As always, I appreciate you guys. I put your phone down. Thank you for listening. 5-star review helps. Anything else? My March classes are going to be super fun. One is called Over It, if you're over being overstimulated, overwhelmed, burnt out. And the other is the strength and mobility. Come on, let's get strong. We need to be boots on the ground revolution. You need to be strong for that. All right, guys. Love you. Bye.